Namaste friends, and I hope you're doing well. Today I'll be talking about Mercury, or Buddha in Sanskrit. It's a very important planet. It's a planet that gives the balance in our life, the one that sorts things out, literally. When you have a problem and if you want to know how to find its solutions, Buddha is the one that gives you the right direction. It is, how can I say, it's the organizer of your life, for the lack of a better word. Okay, so now before going into its characteristics, there's an interesting story I wanted to share. Now, Jupiter, who is the guru for the devas, had a student. The student was the moon, and Jupiter's wife, who's called as Tara, fell in love with this student, because moon is known for its beauty, its attractiveness. So Tara naturally fell in love with the moon. And eventually Jupiter found out that there's something going on, and he waged a war with the moon. Moon joined forces with Venus. Venus is also, just like Jupiter is the teacher for the devas, Venus is the teacher for the demons, right? So moon joined forces with the Venus, and there's a huge war going on. All right. It's the war of karma, or desire, because the desire for Tara's desire for moon and moon's affection for Tara. So this war is also called Tarakamyam. Okay. Now, because this war was so extreme, Lord Brahma decided to say, okay, let's solve this problem. So he came, and then he settled the problem between Jupiter and moon, and convinced Tara and to go back to her husband, and everything was fine. But then after some time, Tara conceived a baby, and a baby was born, and the baby was Mercury, Buddha. And Jupiter had a suspicion that it wasn't his, so he asked Tara, and it was confirmed finally that Tara had a conjugal relationship with the moon, and out of that came out Mercury. Now, I would like to say something about this myth. Mythology, we should never take mythology in its literal sense, right? Okay, many of us always assume that the literal meanings of the mythology is the truth. However, it was said these stories were made up to convey a profound message in a very simple manner. That's why they all started. So there are profound scientific meanings behind these mythologies. So anyway, that was a short story. So let's get started with the characteristics of Mercury. Now, Mercury is known for excellent communication skills. Okay, he's the best when it comes to communicating. If you want to know if a person who is good in communicating, or whether a person will excel in profession relating to oratory, check where Mercury is positioned and how it's being aligned with the positive energies. Now, Mercury also known for confidence. It boosts a lot of confidence. It also is known for good discretion. All right, its discernment qualities, meaning that it would be it's a good judge of a person. In other words, it can make a good judgment, right? Also, needless to say that Mercury is known for intelligence, and also matured and very serious in work. When it comes to work, these people who are strong in Mercury, you can see them, they worship work. They become very serious, very engrossed in your job. They are naturally very logical thinking. They have a keen interest for mathematics, engineering, logics, and art as well. Okay, they have strong feelings towards technical matters. Pure technical matters. They do have interest in arts, but then it's not as strong as logics. So if you decide to go to look for a profession, or your current profession doesn't make you happy, for instance, let's say you are you're a musician and you're not too happy with what you're doing as a musician, chances are your Mercury is strong, so you would be best in doing something mechanical or something logical, right? What else? So again, I said this is the karaka or the significator of your voice as well, and speech, how you speak, and the quality, the strength in your speech and all that. Its auspicious color is green. Its auspicious day is Wednesday. Now, if you want to start to, if you have a debilitation in your Mercury, or your Mercury is naturally weak, or it's in conjunction with another malefic planet, or an unfriend, with enmity, or it's combusted by Sun, the best day to start to worship Mercury will be on a Wednesday, right? So again, in summary, it manages and sorts out things in life. It's all about organizing. He's a very good organizer, Mercury. All right. Some of the bad or adverse effects of Mercury will be untactful communication. Of course, it's the opposite of speaking abilities. It also has untactful. When it's weak, Mercury is weak. This person, when he talks or when she talks, it's always going to end up with some kind of hostility. I mean, people are not going to have people are not happy with the way these people talk, right? They're normally pretty audacious. It also shows low self-esteem and being pretty timid. They are always sort of a recluse, and they don't mix well with people, and they feel very their self-confidence is pretty low. In line with that, these people who are weak in Mercury are normally devious, right? They want to find a shortcut, or trying to manipulate, because you have to remember, even if it's bad, it still has its qualities. It's still intelligent. It's just that the usage of its energy is on the wrong side. So they can be a very good con man, if you ask me. The ability to manipulate things, and not as good as Rahu, but then again they do have this devious thought in them. Also, it's seen that these people behave childlike. They are very immature. They have no seriousness in whatever do, be it family, office, or even in the public circle. They behave like a kid. They may be older than maybe they are old in age, but then the way they behave is like a small kid. They use more instinct rather than reasoning. Okay, of course, if it's strong, they use more reasoning, because that's what Mercury is. It's all about logical thinking. They have no seriousness in work, school, life. They just see that life is just walk in the park. There's no big deal about life. You just earn, you come back, or you go to school, you study, you get some grades. Doesn't matter what you get. In work as well, if you go to work, it doesn't matter where to get promotion. Even in business, as long as you get something, and that's enough. A very mediocre lifestyle is seen with people who have weak Mercury. And Pisces, I wanted to say, Pisces is all about sort of arrangements in life, similar to what Mercury has. But what happens is, when Mercury is in 0 to 15 degrees of Pisces, it gets debilitated, right? After 15 degrees, it gets okay. It becomes stronger and stronger. But within 0 to 15 degrees of Pisces, the Rasi of Pisces, Meena, Mercury gets debilitated. On the body part, it controls the skin, respiratory system, and the speech, and of course mainly speech. There's also seen people who have weak Mercury have speech delays. Their speech is normally delayed due to the weaken in Mercury. Mercury is a friend with the Sun and Venus, the enemy with Moon and Ketu, and it makes sense now after the story why Mercury is enemy with Moon, and it's neutral towards Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu. Okay, well, I guess I've covered a little bit about Mercury. If there's more time, I'll cover definitely more, and I hope that this has been beneficial for you. All the best. Namaste.